Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to DFSBlackBook.com's YouTube channel. Um, Today we have a 5 game lineup, and so hopefully we can have some success. Let's look quickly at um, yesterday's. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I have a duplicate lineup here, so I gotta fix that. But on the website, we offer 5 lineups for $1 right now. That's right. You heard it. You heard it correctly. 5 lineups for $1 on the website dfsblackbook.com, and it's a special promotion we have going on right now, so that you can become familiar with us. And then it'll be thereafter. It'll be still very affordable. Um, but real quick, yesterday's lineup of 5, had you played it, 308 were good for some cash games. But the tournaments were bonkers. I mean, the tournaments you had, 410 at the top, and the line was above 308. So it's getting more and more higher with the scores. So we have to adjust our, analytics and stuff like that. If you go to our site, you see that we use a lot of data science, but there is some intuition put in there for sure, because you need a little bit of that mix to get good scores. But anyway, there's always a couple players that could have taken you over the top, but didn't quite perform up to par. One was Steven Adams. For this one, Karl Anthony Towns, I thought he would certainly crush. Um, and Ricky Rubio did what we thought he was going to do. He had a chance to really rack up some assists, and he had like double-digit assists, like 11 or 12 assists, but only 4 points. He didn't even get those 4 points until the last couple minutes of the game. So, um, it's that's how it is sometimes. Royce O'Neal, not a good pick, but it was a tournament pick, and we felt good about his position, and if he, would have gotten in position to do a little more, then, it's always a little here and there um, where there's a player that doesn't perform up to, par. Steven Adams, we felt good about him. He was in a very good position, but I don't know if they're resting him right now or not playing him as much, or if he's still injured, because he was earlier in the a couple months ago. But earlier in the year, he was just crushing it every game, and it's all about timing, because maybe the next game he will blow up. So, and sometimes we catch them right before they do that. I mean, it's like the stock market. When we sometimes we buy stocks a day early, and we sell stocks a day early, and then the next day it skyrockets. So it's like that sometimes. Sometimes it's about timing, but it's always one or two players. Donovan Mitchell underperformed. He was in a great position as well. So 308, it was the 300 plateau that we look for, but back to the drawing board. All right, let's get into today's picks. All right, so we like Lillard, and I didn't show you the core lineup for yesterday. We played the core as well. It wasn't on our website for the 5 lineups that we provided for $1. But the core was hit and miss. I think we had 5. Yeah, we have the core of 5, and I think they hit 170 points total amongst the 5, and that's not good enough, because we seek around 230 fantasy points for a core of 5. So yesterday was interesting. It wasn't a lot of high-end elite players, so you really had to be on your A game. And but this is something that we consider and we put into our analytics, and hopefully we're getting better and better because of it. All right, so um, we really like Giannis today. He's in a good position. Tough matchup, and when there's a tough matchup and they're at home, Giannis is going to have to play his best to win. Philly is reeling right now. They haven't been playing too well, and so they're going to want to bounce back. So I'll keep an eye out for Giannis. LeBron James is in a very good position. He's going to look to do a lot of dishing today, and we think that he might rack up some assists here. Not too much scoring. But anyway, next we like Ingram. Look at that matchup against Chicago. He does some rebounding. He does some scoring. This might be a good game for him. We like Anthony Davis. This should be a very interesting matchup here because the Lakers went into Houston and beat Houston. So Houston is going to want to show up and do their thing. So, but in order for the Lakers to establish dominance, Davis is going to have to play to his best. And if he does, who's going to guard him? And then finally, I'm going to give you a value play here. I'm going to give you Derek Favors. And we all know that Chicago is a bit weak when it comes to the interior. And let me see how many minutes. So 24 minutes. He only took 3 shots. That concerns me about Favors. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have him in this core, but keep Zion Williamson on your radar. I think this is an opportunity for him to get a strong double-double. We're going to go back and do a little bit of calculations and analytics and run our algorithm and see where he falls. But there are a lot of good plays today. So it might be high 300s again today. Hassan Whiteside is in a good position here. Zion Williamson. Man, there's some good opportunities here. You can put in Zion, and if there's some value that that sort of happens where there's some players out, then you could certainly run this core of 5 right here. You're gonna have to find some serious value, but every slate there are people in the 3,000s that do well, and that's certainly something that we consider as part of our analytics and our data science. But who would I take out? So I like the core that I had, and then I can take out Davis and put in a Zion Williamson, and then you have 4,900. So that's 2 cores for you right there. Okay. So actually, I would take out Favors, and I would put in somebody like, let me see how I like. Drew Holiday is in a good position, but he's like sort of 3rd or 4th in the pecking order as far as usage right now. But for a tournament, now for my cash games, I'm going to be a little more. We're going to be a little more safe. So the 5 lineups that we give you usually is a mix of cash plays and tournament plays. So there might be 2 that's good for tournaments and 3 that's good for, 3 that's good for cash. So we give you a mix. So again, 5 lineups, $1. Why not take a chance? That's just like playing the lottery, except we do all the research for you. Drew Holiday takes us down to 444. Again, obviously, I like this New Orleans Chicago game personally, but this might be a good core for you as well. Um, but we'll see. New Orleans might. It would be better if New Orleans was at home because Chicago plays better at home, and Chicago they're pretty competitive, so it should be a competitive game. But obviously, I like Lillard. We like Lillard a lot today. Um, I wish his price was down in the 9K so we can get some more players in here. But value, value, value. That's one of the key pieces of our algorithm. And if you can find the values, then you can get into the 300s and the 340s and stuff like that. So, all right. So there you have it. I just gave you actually 4 core lineups to play. So see how you do. And again, visit the website dfsblackbook.com. Pay $1, get 5 lineups. What do you have to lose?